All right, you're seeing me there. I am coming to you quite hurriedly because we want to show you the scene outside the Vatican. There is smoke coming from the chimney. We're wanting to see, it looks to be applause. I think much lighter than the black smoke that we saw earlier. Let's see if they bring up that shot, but the people gathered outside Vatican City are excited. It appears we've got a signal here that the conclave, those 133 cardinals, have elected a new leader of the Roman Catholic Church. Let's stay with these pictures, but bring in SABC News correspondent Trent Murray, who's at Vatican City for us. Trent, let's pause for a moment, in fact, and take in these sounds from this jubilation that we're seeing outside Vatican City. Let's listen. Okay.
This is an extraordinary moment of history here in Vatican City. As you... are you there with me?
Trent, we can hear you. Proceed. We were just pausing because we're hoping to hear some of the celebrations among the people outside Vatican City, but we've lost those pictures. Speak to us about this moment now. Is it confirmed? Do we have a new pope?
The world has got a new pope. The world's 1.4 billion Catholics have a new leader after the death of Pope Francis. That smoke coming from the chimney, a distinct white colour compared to the previous black signals that we had seen over the past 24 hours. We knew the Vatican would use chemicals in the smoke to make sure the colour was abundantly clear. Just before coming on air, yeah, there are people cheering now. Those cheers are growing louder. The bells are tolling here in Vatican City at this historic moment. We expect tens of thousands of people here right now. This was the fourth round of voting. There are people dancing, cheering, jumping up and down. They are very, very happy at this moment.
And let's talk about this occasion, Trent, because this is a process much shorter than the election of Pope Francis, the late Pope Francis in 2013, because that took up to 5 rounds of voting, but it appears this time we've got to a decision sooner.
You're absolutely correct, and in fact many here had been expecting this would take longer. This was early in the process, and that group of cardinals was much more diverse than previous times. Much less Europeans were in the room this time, more cardinals from Africa, more cardinals from Asia. The thought was that with 70 countries represented versus 48 last time, it may take longer for them to find a new leader amongst that diversity of views. But it appears the exact opposite has happened. They have clearly landed on their choice very early in this process. The speculation and anticipation now over who he is. We won't have to wait long. He will step out onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica in the coming hour or so to rapturous applause, one would imagine, having taken on one of the most famous jobs in the world.
And Trent, having a bit of an issue with our connection to you. It is rather intermittent, but I'd like us to persevere quite a bit longer because this is breaking news for anyone just joining us. White smoke seen billowing from the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel. Let's listen, if we can, to these scenes of celebration from the Roman Catholic faithful who are outside the chapel.